Hey everyone, welcome back on the channel. My name is Alex. In today's video we have a post-race interview with Josh from Meta Endurance. Josh, it's the first time for you on the channel. Thank you very much for being here. It's very exciting. Can you maybe introduce yourself and explain to everyone what you're doing with Meta Endurance?
So I'm Josh. I've been with Meta Endurance for about a year now. I'm the community manager on Instagram. If you ever get your comments replied to, that's usually me.
And you're also a good runner. You have a 69:59 PB on the half marathon, if I remember well. And yeah, that's a nice number and definitely making you a fast runner. We were actually here in Geneva on the marathon course together with Josh. With your fast running qualities, you were here to pace me, as I'm quite slower than you are. So you didn't run the full marathon, neither did I, because I had to DNF at some point, sadly. But it was a nice experience with Compressport, and we will talk you through a bit the experience. Looking at the start of the race, we jogged a couple K to the start,
yeah.
And we were wearing that 1010 waterproof jacket from Compressport. What did you think of the jacket?
I thought it was a really nice jacket. It feels really thin, really lightweight. It's quite elastic.
Yeah.
And it was really breathable, really water resistant, especially during the rain that we had this morning. My only drawback though was that the sleeves felt quite tight. Because of the very thin material, it almost felt like it might rip when I took it over my watch. So that was the only thing.
Yeah, the sleeves are the only concern. But once the vest is on, it didn't bother me too much.
Yeah.
And I agree with you, the material is super thin and a bit elastic, which is quite nice. And the first time I actually have that on a waterproof jacket.
Yeah.
This one felt a bit more premium, which I enjoyed actually. And it's lightweight. I think if I remember well, Compressport has the 1010 and the 2575. That refers to the breathability and waterproof resistance of the jacket. So yeah, you'll have the link in the description for all the products that we kind of preview or describe here.
But just because it's the 1010 and Compressport have the 2575 does not mean that it's not water resistant.
No, it's actually it's quite water resistant, but not as much as the other one. Yeah, that's correct. I mean, the rain picked up quite a bit at the start line. We were waiting there for 10 minutes, 15 minutes maybe. So I was a bit in a headspace where, you know, you're happy to be here, but at the same time it's like pouring rain and you're wondering, what the hell am I doing here? Were you the same or?
I was quite similar, yeah. I had the arm sleeves on, so I wasn't getting too cold. It was all right. I'm a big believer in arm sleeves. I love them. I think they're great in between like a t-shirt and a long sleeve. If you don't really know what the weather's going to be like, what you're going to feel like, it's a great option. You know, you can take them off, or you can put them back on, put them in your pockets.
Or if you have someone on the course, you can just like leave it with them.
Yeah, true. So it's super versatile bit of kit, and the one from Compressport, it was really tight fitting. It felt quite nice.
We ran a couple of K together at the start, and then you waited for me for about an hour because it was a loop, so kilometer 2 equated to kilometer 20. And you were supposed to pace me on the second half of the race. So I ran for 20K, it's an undulating course. I was doing quite well at the beginning. And then at kilometer 20, I saw you directly with that beautiful singlet, neon pink, safe yellow. It's not just beautiful, it's actually a really good singlet. What do you think of the singlet in terms of use and how it's worked for you?
Yeah, so I think the fit, first of all, was really good. It wasn't too baggy, so it didn't feel like it was flapping around at all. But then it didn't feel like too tight.
We can mention the Nike Aero Swift, which is quite a tight singlet
especially
in the
around the
area.
chest and like shoulder area. Whereas this, it didn't feel like there was any tight spots really, and it was super breathable, super
ventilated.
thin.
The material feels a bit thicker than some other materials you can find, not just in singlets but t-shirts and shorts. But eventually, I agree with you. At the end of the day, it feels like you're wearing literally nothing, and all that ventilation. I can sweat a bit sometimes on the upper body, and yeah, I did sweat, but it was very limited.
And super soft as well, I found.
Quite soft, yeah. No, good one. Yeah. Really good one. I think I'm going to be wearing this one.
Yeah, definitely.
Quite a bit in the future. What do you think of the course? Because I mentioned it was undulating, not super hilly, not super flat. Did you have any specific, remarks or things that surprised you?
I thought it was a really beautiful course. For the half that I was running, sometimes you had like vineyards and you're running through the countryside, almost like gravel roads. But then other times you were like down by the lake. You had the amazing backdrop. And it was just like, it was great.
It's probably not the fastest course out there.
No.
I'm not saying that because I missed my my time or my race actually, but I think, for people looking at a good course with beautiful sceneries, that's definitely one you can have on your list.
Yeah, for sure.
Looking back at the gear, we were both wearing the Oxygen Under Control shorts. It's an in-between. It's not really half tights, not really compression tights. It's something in between the two. Also very, very see-through material, very ventilated, quite lightweight. We have a funny comment. We'll make it at the end of this part on the shorts, but in general, did you like them?
Yeah, I loved them. I found them super comfortable, super breathable, very elastic. It didn't feel like it was restricting in any way. Great half tights.
I think the only, not caveat, but something to pay attention to is sizing. We both used a size T2, so it's the second size out of 4, and they run a bit short. I would suggest you go to a bigger size if you're interested in these shorts. They run quite short, and they also have a tendency to go up a bit.
Roll up a bit, yeah.
Which didn't bother me. I didn't get any chaffing, any friction, but yeah, that's the only thing you should pay attention to.
One other thing to note about the shorts was it's almost like a fly knit material, so there's a lot of holes and gaps, which we end up finding allowed hair to come through, so you end up getting to the end of the race and your shorts aren't so sleek anymore.
I mean, I don't know yours, but I don't have very hairy legs, so it surprised me to see some hair coming out of it. It looks a bit bizarre, but at the end of the day, you're the only one seeing it. So if it bothers you, it's really personal and something that you can just pay attention to.
Yeah.
Let's look at the plein de résistance when it comes to Compressport, and that's calf compression sleeves and socks. That's what they're known for primarily. We both use the R2 Oxygen calf compression sleeves. It's kind of the more premium compression sleeves. They have the R2 3.0, which we reviewed on the channel, and we can put a link here upper right hand corner. Is it the first time you're using calf compression sleeves?
Yeah, I've never worn them before. I wasn't really sure what to expect really, but I loved them. They felt nice, super compressive. I find that sometimes when I run, my calves can almost feel a bit like they're swelling, so it was quite nice.
At the end of the race, I let you go. I wasn't doing super well, so you just went at your pace. And you did a small session, kind of 2x2K, if I remember well.
Yeah.
Did you feel like they were adding a bit to the performance for that last bit?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think I might have got a size that's slightly too big, because I did find that every now and then they start rolling down a bit. Apart from that, I love them.
I also tried the R2 3.0, and I think these are just a bit more ventilated. I would pick these over the R2 3.0. There's not a huge difference between the two, but I'm a heavy sweater in general, so I would pick the more ventilated option if I had the choice. And then looking at the socks, we had the latest innovation from Compressport, the Pro Marathon V2.0 socks. These are specific in two ways. First off, they have some areas that have been reinforced to prevent from blisters. So the toe box, the heel cup, and the arch. And then they have some specific cooling fiber, PTFE fiber. Quite a unique technology. What did you think of the socks? Did you get any blisters? Because hey, let's fact check Compressport.
I love the socks. I haven't run in compressed socks before, but they were amazing. Super breathable and super thin in places, but then in places where you need the protection, it felt really well protected. So yeah, I thought it was great.
So now let's wrap up this video, and Josh, I have a question for you. What would be your favorite piece of kit from Compressport and your best recommendation for people looking to run the Geneva Marathon?
That's difficult because I think the singlet was really nice, but I also really like the socks. So I think if I had to go with one, it would have to be the socks.
And if you want that colorway of the socks or the singlet, you need to rush, because that's the athlete pack, available only for a limited period of time. So we were lucky to get that pack, and there's not many sizes left, if I remember well, on the website. So yeah. If you're watching this video in 2 years, it's going to be a different one. But
maybe a bit difficult, but yeah.
It's a nice colorway as well. So you would pick the socks?
I'd definitely pick the socks,
Interesting.
How about you?
I have already some Compressport socks, and I really do like them. I'm using them for my personal training and outside of YouTube and Messenger and stuff quite a lot. But I would pick the singlet because I really think it's a different type of singlet, very, very ventilated. I really liked it. So yeah, singlet for me.
Okay.
Best recommendation for Geneva Marathon. First time in Geneva. What would you say?
It's amazing. Yeah, I love it. It's so scenic, lovely backgrounds, atmosphere. Everybody's out there cheering for you. I spent half the time just running along the sides, giving people high fives.
You gave quite a bit of high fives.
Yeah.
I liked it.
I like high fives.
I really like it.
Yeah,
that was nice. That was nice. Is there anything specific people need to pay attention to when they come to Geneva to run the marathon? There's also the half marathon, the relay, the 10K. Is there like one tip?
It's not the biggest marathon, so if you're searching for like a specific time, you might not necessarily have someone to run with. Because even when we saw like the 3 hour and the 3 hour 30 timekeepers going by, there wasn't massive groups around them. Apart from that though, I think it's a great choice if you wanted to go and do a marathon.
It's a good choice. And it's Geneva early May, so it can be cold, it can be hot. You need to prepare for both options. Have a rain jacket maybe with you.
Yep, just in case.
And take some sunscreen as well, because at the end of the race, it was actually quite sunny.
Yeah. I'm quite surprised I'm not super red. I thought I was going to burn.
You are.
Oh.
All right, thanks a lot for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this post-race small interview with Josh. Josh, see you soon again on the channel, I hope, because it was very pleasant to do this together. Thanks for watching. Enjoy your run today, enjoy your ride, and go beyond the limit.